Hello, YouTube, and welcome, Diecast family, to another video. And today we're gonna check out some Tru-colors, Tru-color paint. So I have two color variations here that I sprayed, and I am really happy with how both of them came out. Then we'll take a look at an antifreeze. We'll talk about these paints. Now the first one is a high gloss candy apple red from Tru-color paints, which I'll definitely be buying again. You only use a little teeny tiny bit of this paint. Yeah, man, you mix it probably 60-40 or maybe even 70-30, with the smaller portion being the paint portion. So very, very thick, like syrupy paint, but thinned out. It sprayed really nice. So the first one I sprayed was over the mulatto chrome, and I think it came out amazing. Absolutely love the color it turned out. It's kind of like a rose color that I was looking for. And the next one was over mulatto chrome, which I think a little bit shinier than or a little bit more silverish than the all clad chrome. But the camera is not doing this one justice. After two coats, it looked a lot like this one. And then I did a third coat on it, and it completely changed it. So the third coat, I think if I would have did a third coat on this, it would have turned out a lot closer to this one. If I would have only did two coats on this, it would have turned out a lot closer to this. So that's a difference that you get from just one freaking coat. Unreal. And the camera, for some reason, is not doing this one justice. This is one of the prettiest, like purplish, reddish colors I've ever seen. Like, the camera really is not doing it justice. Not picking up the color at all. Huh. Really freaking awesome looking, though. I'm trying to hold my hand in a shadow, see if that helps, but yeah. I mean, this one's definitely more of a purplish color too, off the video, but... And then I use my 2K clear coat on here. Which I found out I could thin using my just my cheap thinner from the store. And man, I tell you what, it thinned the clear coat perfectly. The clear coat's a 4-to-1 mix with the hardener, and then I went ahead and used like the same amount of hardener as I did thinner, and it thinned it out absolutely perfect so it could spray through the airbrush. Now the next one from Tru-color is going to be a metal candy apple red, which I was definitely hoping for a much more of a candy color to it. So, a lot of metal flake in it, and it's extremely, extremely small metal flake. so it flows right through the airbrush really nice. Laid down beautifully. So this is it with a 2K clear coat, which a 2K clear coat's rock hard. You can wet sand it and everything else. So we'll end up throwing decals on all these. I just wanted to show you guys how they turned out after I painted them. I'm really hooked on different paints now, so if you're interested in paint reviews, I plan on doing a lot of paint reviews. But instead of testing on spoons, like a lot of the people who do paint reviews, on my channel, we're going to test them on die-cast cars. So, but I do spray spoons. So this is the same color without a clear coat. And you can see it matches pretty damn good. Now, if I have extra paint left, I just grab a spoon and spray it. I should have sprayed it over black. Over black, it might have gave me more of the effect that I wanted, the darker red. But I'll have to try that next time. And hopefully I'll have some spoons lying around in the future where I can just grab a spoon and test it out on it when I paint one body. So, definitely curious to see how this would turn out over black. Maybe I'll label the spoon and do that in a future video. Because this looks like two different color paints. You cannot tell me that them are the same two color paints. In real life, it looks so much more different than it does on camera. Like, there, you can kind of see the color of the top one right now. And the color of the bottom. This is showing the colors a lot better here. But crazy. Huge difference in color. Huge difference. And I love them both. So. And I'm sure if I went over like a shiny black base or something, it'd probably be even a different color. So we're going to try that over this with the black. See what we get. But beautiful paint. Just went on beautiful. You can see how nice it went on without a clear coat. And you can still see the metallic flake in it really well. But once you clear coat over it with the 2K, it makes the flake look like it's suspended in the clear coat, which just really gives it a absolutely amazing effect. You can see how good that 2K clear coat looks. And that's without any buffing, wet sanding, polishing, anything. I watch other YouTube videos, and especially people who restore their red lines, and will wet sand them, polish them, buff them, wax them, everything else, and get an absolutely amazing finish. So if I went through all that effort, I couldn't imagine it looking much better than what it already does. But I'm sure it's worth all the work or they wouldn't do it. And the last one, just because I got a video coming up where we're going to show a bunch of these. But this is the first one I did. This is antifreeze green, which I went through a ton of it. Ended up going on 4 coats to get this color of it. So that's 4 coats. After 3 coats, it looks pretty good. But I didn't feel it was quite there yet. And maybe if I did a 5 or a 6 coat, it might get even darker. I don't really have anything antifreeze to compare it to. That's RLC. The couple things I thought were antifreeze or that were supposed to be antifreeze, all 3 of them are slightly different in color from each other and slightly different in color from this. So they're all different. But anyways, want you guys be the judge and vote down in the comments on the rims on these, because I'm not sure. Ended up doing a Corvette in the antifreeze, which I absolutely love it just the way it is. I'm not going to put decals or nothing on this one, so it's pretty much done. And I really like the silver rims on this. I still got to do the tail light detail and the headlight detail on this. So I haven't detailed it yet. It has one coat of the 2K clear coat on it, which I'll have to do another coat of after I do the detail. Or do you like these rims better? I'm thinking the chrome, and I'm thinking this will look better with the chrome. And I really don't care for the blue windshield. Definitely will look better with a clear windshield or even a tinted windshield. But I'm definitely happy with how the paint came out on all three of these. You can see how even it went on. The hardest thing about RLC paint, or the redline shop paint, is having it go on even. If you make one swipe too many, then you have to go over the whole thing again. And if you don't get your coats real even, if you overlap, you'll see your overlap line. So normally when you're painting, you use a 50% overlap when you're painting. Any car, even in real life, if you paint a car or paint anything with a spray gun, you're supposed to do a 50% overlap, which you can do with this when you're painting it. You can do your 50%, but it has to be dead on, because if you're a little over that 50%, you're going to see that line that got 4 coats on it. So, or got 3 coats instead of 2. But the antifreeze, so far, the gold has been the easiest to paint. I mean, the gold went on so freaking easy. The redline shop gold, just like one coat is all it took, and maybe 2 coats, but it didn't use very much paint at all. The antifreeze, I've only painted 1, 2, 3, 5 cars, maybe 6. Painted 6 cars. And I probably have enough to do maybe 2 more. Like, that be risky to do. No, I probably got enough to do at least 2 more. So you're talking on like 8, maybe 8, 10 cars at the absolute most, but most likely about 8 cars out of one of these bottles. Now these bottles I think are $5.99 or $6.99 plus shipping. But I mean, I think if you spend over 50 or something, the shipping might be free. I know you get a deal if you buy 10 bottles. You get it for like 65 instead of 70. And shipping might be free. Don't quote me on that. But I do love the red shop paint. Do have to buy the hardener for it. And there is a thinner for it, but this stuff is so thin already. I don't use the thinner. I have, but I almost think it dilutes it. So you got to do more coats anyways. But that's a look at what's on my bench today. and a little review on some paint. And the 2K clear coat I've been using that I got from eBay for less than $100 for a gallon. That might last me the rest of my life customizing. Absolutely love it. I've been using a lot of the AK's clear coat too. The clear coat that looks like it's milk, and been very happy with that. I think that's a lot like the floor varnish. Uh, the floor varnish, I wouldn't use that for a final clear coat. I would stick with something like the 2K clear for your final clear coat because it's hard, durable, sandable. You don't have to worry about wiping off the car or nothing like that. It's just awesome. Uh, the floor polish, it's not going to be as shiny and as deep and as rich, but it's cheap. $6-8, you get a big freaking tall jug of it. So they probably last you the lifetime of your customizing. And if you were doing big plastic models, like big full-size plastic 1/32 models and shit like that, I'd definitely probably use a floor gloss just because it's cheaper. But for these, I'm sticking with the 2K clear. I might try the floor wash because I found out I like going over the decals with like the AKs first. And sometimes I like sealing the paint before I use the 2K because I had a little bit of bleed through, not on this, but on the 240Z I did. I had a little bit of bleed through from where I put the clear coat on too wet, and it let it bleed through the black base coat from the AK. So I had that problem happen on 2 different castings. One I had to restrip and redo. This one, the flat clear I used, I am not going to recommend it at all because over decals, it just ruined the decals. So after I had this one finished and I went to do the satin clear coat on it, my decals got ruined. So I had to redo it. But this time I taped. And last time I painted the top engine intakes or spoilers, I painted it with a brush by hand and I had brush marks in it. So don't get frustrated when you screw something up and got to redo it or strip it or something. It happens to all of us. You learn from it, and the next time, hopefully you don't make that same mistake, and you can improve on it. Like I had the brush marks in that and was bothering me, and this time I took the time, I taped it all off. Been using Tamiya tape, which I absolutely love. It's hard to find a good tape where you get nice clean lines like this, but the Tamiya tape did an amazing job, and I used the airbrush so it went on nice and even, and it looks way better. Thinking about doing the little fin spoiler back here in black. Haven't made up my mind on that yet. Then last night, through the decals on this one, the decal kit did not come with nothing for the back. So the back's kind of plain, but the decals went on awesome. And now this is ready for clear coat. I'll put a coat of clear on it before I do the detail. And then I'll do the detail on the front end and everything. And then I'll put another coat or two of clear coat on it and it will be done. So I think it turned out really freaking awesome. Absolutely love these decals. These are my absolute favorite decals to work with. The easiest decals I have ever purchased to work with. I don't know what the guy uses for a clear coat over his decals to make them go on so perfect and easy. And I've been frustrated lately, and I spent a lot of money on decals from this one guy because he had a whole bunch of different Hoonigan ones, but a whole bunch of different Chem Block ones, but you got to clear coat them yourself, and they're like $6-7 a piece, plus shipping, plus you got to clear coat them yourself. And I found them really, really difficult to work with, which could be my fault. It could be the clear coat I chose to use. Could try and use a different clear coat next time, which I probably will, but these ones, you don't have to clear coat or nothing. It's $5. A lot of times it's a double set, so you can do 2 castings for $5 or $6. And it's free shipping. So, long as he has them, but he doesn't have all the different Chem Block ones and everything else to choose from. So, but he does have 800 different decals that he posts to his eBay. And he's a seller on eBay that sells them for $5 to $6 and free shipping. And it's just 1 or 2 sets. So it looks just like that's a set for the candy striper. It would look just like that. And he's an awesome seller. I get everything within a couple days after ordering it, so I just wish he had more decals to choose from. But just wanted to do a quick paint review on this. Let me know what you guys think, and have an awesome day.